take a look at my recent Facebook or Instagram posts, you'll likely encounter a lot of excess pictures from a recent trip to Tanzania. First and foremost, sorry for the spam. Although they're enjoyable to look at and reminisce on, what these pictures don't fully encompass are the relationships I formed with some of the most influential individuals, the bizarre foods I had to try, the turmoil of emotions I had to experience, and every obstacle I had to overcome. Before leaving, I heard similar comments that left me on the edge on how our society views a country such as Tanzania. I was told, "Are you going to go help the starving children in Africa? Be careful, you don't want to catch Ebola or any other deadly disease," or "I've heard the food is disgusting, you'll probably starve." I was baffled by all the comments coming from people that had never even set foot in any African country. How come we're so quick to judge something we've never even experienced? Does it stem out of fear of the unknown? Preparing for the trip, I strove to remove all bias and I went in with an open mind. When I arrived at JFK, I was overcome with nerves. It hit me for the first time that I was spending 5 weeks with 10 strangers in a village called Qurus that doesn't even show up on Google Maps. After an 18-hour flight departing from New York, a diverse group of teenagers from Canada, US, Spain, and Costa Rica stepped foot in a country so different from anything they had ever experienced. Simply driving around the city of Arusha put into perspective how different this land was from home and everything I knew to be the norm. During the introductory days, 4 days of riding in a safari car, driving through the lush savannah, and seeing all the species that seemed to come out of National Geographic magazines sped by. Before I knew it, we were in a minibus driving to a village Qurus with the dirt that seemed inescapable to me or host families. When we finally arrived in Qurus, we stepped on the school grounds and were swarmed by the group villagers and teachers that were so eager to shake our hands. We had to settle down and I was paired up with a new family with whom I would live for the following weeks. My new family consisted of my Mama Maria, the most hardworking and lovable woman I've met to this day, Jacobo, the pesky but lovable younger brother I never had, Godi, Christina, and Margaret, my older siblings and my Swahili teachers, and bright-eyed little Glory, that filled my days with joy and made me miss home a little bit less. My house was the size of a classroom, and my bedroom fit 2 individual beds, and there were 3 other similar rooms. There was no stove, no fridge, no sink, just some burning wood and a pot holder. Our home had no electricity nor running water, which led to some interesting bucket showers in our outside show, which also held a toilet, which was just a hole in the ground. I never realized what I took for granted, all the little gadgets that facilitated my day-to-day life. Despite lacking all the little gadgets that facilitate our day-to-day life, the Qurus people were some of the most joyful individuals I've met to this day. A critical distinction between my home here and my home there was the value placed on material objects. The locals taught me that happiness doesn't derive from disposable items. It comes from the community of people we surround ourselves with. Every afternoon, our door was open to the villagers that wanted to find out more about the foreigners and what life was like on the Western Hemisphere. I was eager to tell them about Costa Rica, a country they had never even heard of, but the reason I was there revolved around learning from them. I wanted to embark on a journey that would push me out of my comfort zone. I wanted to grow. I wanted to question what I knew to be the norm. I wanted to become aware of what lived beyond my safe space. I wanted to prove the ignorant comments wrong. Working every day in the school grounds proved to be harder than expected. In just a few laborious weeks, alongside some villagers, we were able to construct an additional classroom for the primary school, wash and repaint old chalkboards, paint murals, and teach the children English. Seeing the conditions the school was under at first made me feel like I hadn't helped enough. I dreamt of remaining in Qurus and helping as much as I possibly could. I never felt defeated. In fact, I felt truly accomplished for the first time in a really long time. I just knew that the Qurus kids deserved so much more than the cards they dealt with. But that's not the way they viewed it. When the students and teachers saw the classroom and the murals for the first time, they were ecstatic. They couldn't stop thanking us for all the help. The beaming smiles on all the young kids' faces made my heart melt. My goal was accomplished. Not to go in and save every young child in sight, the way the Western world likes to depict all of Africa, but simply lend a helping hand and learn the true values of life. We get caught up in our everyday lives worrying about who has the brand new phone or computer, what's the new fad, and who has drama with who. Yes, it seems draining and inescapable at times, but it is so crucial to take a step back and value what we have. Tanzania taught me the importance of gratitude for simple acts rather than material things. Of course, it would be vain for me to think that all of you can take a 13,000-kilometer voyage in order to put life into perspective. But what I do know is that every single one of you are capable of practicing gratitude. Thank those that have been part of your formation. Don't let all the insanity that comes with life overbear what's most important. Push yourself beyond what you think you're capable of doing. You never know. You might surprise yourself with what you're able to accomplish. Thank you.